All right, music fans, welcome back. It's Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people, just like you, just like me. Stevie Nicks, is she having second thoughts about what she did to Lindsey? The interview yesterday talked about this email, this gutsy, courageous email that Christine McVie sent out, and it didn't get, I'm sure it didn't get the approval, blessing, pre approval of anybody inside the organization. And good on her for doing that. Good for her. That just shows me that her friendship with Lindsey is real. And was she just placating Lindsey when she was saying that, hey, Stevie, I'm sure doesn't mean any of this? Well, first of all, Stevie meant it. She's in that little circle, and she's telling everybody that one member didn't want to tour, which was BS. What she was doing was she was creating a narrative, her and Mick Fleetwood, It became, we were at an impasse because Lindsey didn't want to cooperate. And then, of course, these emails show up. And maybe, who knows, maybe Stevie didn't know about this. Maybe Stevie didn't know about the emails. The emails show up, and then, uh-oh, I'm looking like a real jerk. Look, I think age does tend to mellow people. It's really hard at this stage, and you see it with Lindsey Buckingham. He's willing to go back. He said he'd never go back again. That song has taken on kind of a new meaning, but the dude would go back. I think he would. He wants to be with his family at Fleetwood Mac, and that includes Stevie Nicks, who in the interview yesterday, Lindsey had a huge opportunity to throw her under the bus and then put the bus in reverse and back it up over her. And he chose to take the high road. Very interesting, especially considering that he settled out of court with these guys, and I'm sure he made out fairly well, and he should, by the way. I don't have any issue. And by the way, if you're a Stevie fan or just opposed to Lindsey, if you have an issue with him getting compensated for all of the creativity that these guys are basically jumping off of, the jump off point is Lindsey Buckingham in this band. Go back to Peter Green, then go ahead, play all Peter Green songs, and then you'll convince me that you don't need Lindsey, or pre-Lindsey. Do a pre-Lindsey tour completely and see how that does. People go to the concession stand just because Mick Fleetwood breaks into a drum solo, which, by the way, is a little tedious, but still, people want to hear the songs that Lindsey, Stevie, and Christine all created. Good on Christine McVie for being bold and courageous and defying everybody in the organization. But my guess is that there is some truth into what she's saying to Lindsey in the email. Stevie Nicks may not know it herself, but I think subconsciously she knows, even if she won't admit it, she knows that this band is not the same, that the so-called casual chemistry between her and Neil and between her and Mike just isn't the same. The tension, the friction, all of those things that people kind of equate between these two, whether it was kind of a way just to generate interest in the group or if it was real, I think it was real. It brought out the best in both players, and now you're seeing a very kind of pedestrian or perfunctory way of performing these songs, and I got to tell you, it's not all that compelling. It just isn't. Lindsey Buckingham is exciting to watch. Go watch any of his solo outings and you will understand that Lindsey is kind of the chemical reaction that makes Fleetwood Mac go. And that's just my opinion. So is she feeling remorse? Yeah, I bet you she is. And we'll see if it manifests itself more as time goes on. We may have to wait until the very end of the tour to know for sure, because nobody wants to eat crow, especially Stevie Nicks. All right. Done with this. Be back soon. See you then.